And we're rolling. What's up, you guys? Today we're gonna be talking all about this bad boy, the Gate Titan MOSFET. So I'm sure many of you have heard about the Gate Titan. You've probably watched a couple of videos on it. Maybe you're trying to decide if you should invest in it to increase your airsoft experience. And I hope to maybe clear up some things and show you just basically how it works and talk about my experience with it. So I got mine installed into my KWA. Let me grab it real fast. So I got it installed into my KWA T6. Man, this thing is crazy now. For those of you that don't know, a MOSFET is electronic. It's an electronic system that is installed into the gun that helps to manage things such as rate of fire and kind of how your gearbox works and all that kind of stuff. So when you get it installed, I got mine installed with a tech. I didn't do it myself. I'm not that techie. But when you do get it installed, it's wired to a Dean's connector. So my gun got changed from a small Tamiya to a Dean's. So if you do invest in a Gate Titan, expect to have to get some Dean batteries, because this is how the USB connects into your computer or into your phone so that you can program it. There's a ton of features that we're gonna get into. We're gonna talk about each one. I'm gonna plug this in and we'll walk through it together. We'll see some stats from my last game and all that good stuff. So let's get that plugged in. And for those of you that don't know, there is an advanced and a basic version that you can get. I believe the basic version is around 100 bucks, 80 bucks. The advanced version is around 160, 180. The advanced version is what I got, and it comes with the USB connector. And this is what allows you to program it. I believe the basic version does not come with this USB connector, which is kind of silly because you can't program it if you don't have it. And so you just have to buy it separately. So might as well get the advanced version in my opinion. So it comes with the USB right here. And this little guy connects to your Dean's. Just open up the battery compartment, take it out, and you're going to connect right here to the Dean's. Make sure I'm doing it right. Just like that. And then what you're gonna need is a USB, which I will grab right now. You're gonna need some sort of USB. It comes with one that connects to your phone, but this one connects to my computer. And then you're going to plug it in. Man, when I first heard about this, I was blown away because, you know, I started playing airsoft back in the day where like everyone had the G36s and the FAMAS, and it was like just basic stuff. Like I would have never thought they would come this far to where you can literally program your gun. So you just plug it into your PC via USB. Okay. Alright, so when you're plugged in, you'll see that your USB goes green. That means you're in. Alright, so upon opening the app on your computer, what you're gonna see is kind of some basic things. You got your dashboard. I have the serial number of my Gate Titan here, and I have the serial number of my actual gun, which is cool. Actually, I think this is just the serial number of the Titan. So anyways, it'll tell you what edition you have. I have the upgraded edition, firmware version, and you can actually update things. So there's actually an update here, which I will proceed to do soon. You'll also look and see that you have a message board. The Aster V3 is finally here, and yeah, it'll just keep you updated. So let's get into the good stuff. First, let's hop into general, and what you see here is kind of some different things. I'm not going to go through every single thing, but we can briefly go through the important things. So this is cycle detection, this is gear, tooth or brake, this is battery. This one's really cool. So this protects against just discharge of your LiPo. And so you can put in what specific LiPo you're using, and it will make sure that it doesn't run out. In my experience with this is when you're on the field and your battery is low, you'll hear some beeping, and it will warn you that your battery is done, and the gun will shut down to protect your battery. So that's really nice because you don't want to ruin your LiPos. So it has a low battery warning. I recommend you always turn this on. Series safety limit enables to set predefined number of BB fires in a single series. And this is mainly used as a protection against trigger jam, and in case of emergency you can stop the series by switching the fire selector position. I don't have that on. Gear ratio, so depending on what gears you have, you can change it to high speed gear build, dual sector gear, and you can make pre-cocking work more precisely if you define the gears that you have. I just have a normal thing. My T6 hasn't been upgraded besides the gate tighten. So, manual brake, you can adjust the motor's braking power. So that's kind of the basic thing there. If you go to trigger, I love this part. So this is where you can set your trigger preferences. So if you see here, what you do on the screen is you hold the trigger and you can see kind of where the trigger pull is. So if I hold it all the way, it's all the way to that level 5 right there. So that means if I set it to right here, if I want to set it all the way over here, that means my gun won't fire until I pull all the way to that spot that it's detecting. And you can increase or decrease that. I feel like most people are going to want to keep it either here or here, because that's such a short trigger pull to where you can just rapid fire in semi. Because most fields are semi, you're not going to be doing full auto a lot. And so if you're a speedy boy, you can just set it right there, and look at how far I'm tapping that to get it. Literally that much. So you could be going and just totally lay waste to somebody. But I usually set it at 2. I don't know why. Just, I like 2. First the worst, second the best. I don't know. So, and you can enable 2-stage trigger, which is really cool. I have it set on that right now. So that enables you to set 2 different trigger sensitivities. Pulling the trigger slightly produces semi or burst fire like it says. Pulling it further produces burst or auto fire. And select your sensitivity preferences for each stage. So you have a lot of customization here. It's really cool. Put this down. Here you have the pre-cocking option. So pre-cocking automatically compresses the spring after each shot, and it gives you the trigger reaction similar to a real gun. And I'm basically just reading off of what it says here. But you can choose automatic setting or set the values yourself. But a warning is pre-cocking increases the wear and tear on the gearbox. So because of that, I'm not using pre-cocking. I know a lot of people like to. Rate of fire control, you can kind of control how much you want your rate of fire to go. I don't really have that on. You have an equalizer. This is crazy. So you can set it to shoot faster to where you don't need to fully release the trigger to fire the next shot. So you can just pull the trigger, shoot one, and then release it a little bit and it'll shoot another. So you don't even really, you're shooting like 2 shots for every pull, if I understand that correctly. I have it set on level 1 to fire the next shot, just release the trigger so it changes the position by around 20% of trigger movement. So you can just spam like crazy. And you know, if you have a beefy motor in your gun, man, you're just gonna be going crazy. And then you can have sniper delay. And that's if you want like a more realistic sniper mode. I imagine people who turn this on maybe have like a DMR build, and you can set a desired delay between each semi-shot to simulate a real reload or recoil. So there's that. And then this is how you calibrate The positioning, like I said, everything is electronic. So the gate tighten is all sensors. It has these sensor nodes inside that instead of like mechanical, it's electrical. So here is where you calibrate safe, semi, and auto. And so you pull to semi, it recognizes that it's there, and then you go to auto. And so when you need to recalibrate this, like when I first got it back, it was thinking that semi wasn't until like right here on the dial. And so I just recalibrated it. You just click recalibrate and you just say this is safe, turn it here, this is semi, and this is full auto. And so now it knows the positioning of each one. That's how you calibrate that. And then this is one of my favorite features. So you can change it. You know, most basic AEGs have safe, semi-auto, full auto. But you can customize it to however you want. You can do safe, burst, and full auto. But I imagine because most fields require you shooting semi, you won't be able to do that. But I've gone to a field where, let me see, get this back to semi, where I've adjusted it instead of the auto position, because full auto wasn't allowed, I changed it to burst. You hit save, and then once you change it to burst, you have the option to customize how long you want that burst to be. So you can do 3-shot burst, 2-round burst, 4-shot burst, 10-shot burst. So that just means once you set it to that selector, you can just pull the trigger once and it'll shoot 5, 10 BBs at once, whatever it's set to. So that's really fun. I'm just gonna change it back to full auto for now. And that's how you kind of calibrate the selector and firing modes. You can go to magazine mode. Here you can, allows you to switch the magazine simulation or bulk cap function to make it more realistic. And if you turn this on, then it enables all these features here. So you can actually set a predetermined mag capacity, and your gun will simulate when you run out of bullets. It'll count how many bullets you're shooting. When you run out, it will stop shooting, and that means it's time for you to reload. The problem with this is that in Airsoft, a lot of times you don't have exactly as many BBs as you think you do in your mag. Say it's like, you know, a KWA 120 and you have 118 in there, or you had to take it out to do chrono and some BBs fell out. It's just hard to be super accurate with it. It can go up to 250 BBs, and it doesn't switch when you switch magazines. So it'll just count down from when you start shooting, no matter what. So that's kind of a hard feature. In an ideal world, this would be super cool if you could get it to work every time, because then you would automatically just be able to reload. Your gun would shut down. It kind of adds that realism. But anyways, so that's what you do there. And reload time, 3 seconds. You can set the seconds to how fast you're going to reload, so it knows when you can start shooting again. And you can have a low ammo warning. So while using the mag, it enables you to set the exact number of BBs. So you can say, I want you to warn me when I only have 10 BBs left, and it'll vibrate. So that's kind of cool. Especially if you're like more into competitive speed soft, I could see how this could be actually really valuable, especially, you know, when you're competing in tournaments and stuff like that. But I just leave it off. I have no need for it. Alerts, this kind of tells you how you want to be warned. And then statistics, this is where it gets really fun. So here you have kind of the different stats of your gun that it takes as you're shooting. I like to look at these after each game. My favorite thing to look at, we'll start over here, is the BB counter. And this shows, you can reset this every time. So it shows how many BBs since it was built in the factory have been shot in the gun. So not that many. I haven't taken this out too much yet, but I want to. I've shot, this gun has shot 2,844 times. And the BB count, this was reset on accident. This doesn't really mean anything. But BB1, you can click to clear it. But it says that last game, I cleared it before last game so I could see how many rounds I shot. I only played this for one game the day I was there, and I shot 742 bullets, apparently. So, 742 rounds. And it shows you the session, 716. I'm just gonna clear it. I can choose which one to clear. I'll clear BB1, so I can just see how many I shoot next time. Here's something really cool. It tells you your average rate of fire on full auto. It tells you what you usually get. So out of this gun, like I said, I don't have any other upgrades. The rounds per second is 18. The max it's ever gotten is 22, and the min is 16. Trigger response, it shows you what that is there. You can show your fastest and your slowest, which is really cool. Tells you the average temperature, voltage, current. This is all the electrical stuff, peak current. If you need to know what all this stuff means, it has it highlighted down here. And then lastly is Diagnostics, and it tells you kind of what has been happening with your gun, what has happened. And it said protection against over discharge of the battery, protection was activated, and this was indeed activated. The battery type, a number of battery cells, was set up incorrectly. So I needed to fix that with my battery and make sure the cells are in the right charge. So that's kind of cool that it tells you all that. In a nutshell, that's the Gate Titan. So when you're done installing it, you can just unplug it. Disengage like that. There's also an app on your phone you can do. And you just take the USB out, like so. So in a nutshell, I absolutely love the Gate Titan. I mean, it's the future. It's the future of the sport. This has vastly improved the performance of this gun. You know, if you want an HPA gun, but you don't want to buy HPA, get a Gate Titan. It's the closest thing you can get to having an HPA platform without having to buy all that stuff. This shoots just as fast. It shoots way better. The rate of fire is better. The trigger pull is better. It allows you to have a lot more customization available. So highly recommend the Gate Titan if you're looking to go to that next level in your airsoft gameplay. Yeah, you'll be seeing this guy on the field a lot. If you want to see this KWA T6 with the Gate Titan in action, see what it's like, go check out this video up here. I have another video too that I'll put in the link in the description below. If you guys found this video helpful or informative or lame, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. You can like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.